My name is Samantha Buckley, and you are watching the Samantha Buckley LLC YouTube channel. I am a life and career coach, and today I want to tell you about sleep and how you can get better sleep and how you can calm your mind so you don't have it racing all night long. But before I get to that, if you're enjoying these videos, I would love if you would hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because that is how you're going to find me, and that's how you're going to get more and more content directly to you. So I'm so excited to talk about this topic because it is a hot topic. Almost every time I talk to a client and I ask them, are you on a schedule? Are you eating correctly? Are you going and exercising? They can usually tell me that their nutrition is better, that they're exercising, but the sleep is more of a, you either got it or you don't. They say that some people just aren't good sleepers. And when I ask why they're not sleeping, they say their mind is racing, they're thinking about the next day, or they're thinking about every single thing that happened in the day they just lived. And when I ask them if they meditate, they always say that they do not know how to shut off their mind. I want to clear something up really fast, and that is that meditation is not emptying your mind. You're not going to be a guy who's floating above their chair and every single thing in your mind is empty. What it actually is a way to control your mind so that you're picking and choosing your emotions, your reactions to things, and this can help slow your mind. Okay, so instead of thinking about 100 different things, you can choose what to think about. So the first couple tips before I go into meditation and the best kind to do, especially before sleep, I want to say that if you're meditating and you're focusing on breathing in and breathing out, just very simple things, you want to know that if your brain starts veering off into a different direction, so if I'm thinking, breathe in, breathe out, and then all of a sudden I'm like, did I leave all of the laundry in the washer, and is it gonna smell bad tomorrow because I never put it in the dryer? That's okay. You can think that. The power of meditation is that you are going to hear yourself say that, and then you're going to pull it back into your breathing. So as soon as you notice that you are actually thinking about something else, you're just going to bring it back to breathing. And what you're doing there is that's kind of like a bicep curl for a meditation, because you're controlling where your mind goes. Instead of letting your mind guide you all night long, you're guiding it. So that's the first tip. Do not worry about veering off. You're going to veer off. It's totally fine. Just always bring it back to your breathing. The second thing I want to tell you is that when you are breathing, you want to make sure that when you're lying down in bed and you're sleeping, well, you're trying to sleep. When you're lying in bed, you want to make sure that your belly is rising and falling. You want to make sure that you're breathing through your belly and not through your chest. Your chest is going to be a fight or flight breathing. Your belly is going to be more of a relaxing breathing. If you see a baby, you know that the baby is sleeping because you can see its belly rise and fall. That's the kind of relaxation that you want to be in. And that's the kind of breathing that you want to make sure that you're implementing. So now for tip 3. And that third tip is to stay extremely comfortable and to not be looking at screens, to be like, my battery is dying. Can you believe that? My battery is dying. I'm gonna have to change the battery. We have to put this on pause. Break. My battery is low, don't you know? and I'm going to a place nearby. Gotta go. Okay, so now I actually have the battery in, I actually have a clear mind, and we can go through that third tip on how to meditate. So the first tip was that you can let your mind wander. Do not think that your mind is going to be totally empty. It's just that when you see that your mind is wandering, you bring it back to your breathing. The second step is going to be making sure that you're breathing through your belly and not your chest. Your belly is going to be a breathing that is going to let your mind know that you are in relaxation mode, that everything throughout the day is done. Another thing, which is the third tip, is to have a word in your mind that you're focusing on. When I say that you're focusing on a word, I'm saying that whatever you are doing when you're meditating, the reason you're meditating, you want to have a word that defines that, an intention that you're using. And when I'm sleeping, I use a sentence, and that sentence is, my day is done. So when I breathe, and I'm breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth, and I'm doing this meditation, and I'm breathing through my stomach, and I'm all over the place, I'm telling myself every time I pull my brain back into meditating and focusing on my breathing, my day is done. Okay, my wife will constantly be upset because I can fall asleep like this, and it's just because I know my day is done, and I know how important sleep is, and I make it a priority, and I want you to make it a priority too. So, the easiest meditation that you can possibly do to fall asleep is 4-7-8 meditation. 4-7-8 meditation is breathing in for 4 seconds through your nose, holding it for 7, and letting it out through your mouth slowly for 8 seconds. So it would be 2, 3, 4, hold for 7, and then out for 8. Do this about 10 times and then go back to your normal breathing. And when you go back to your normal breathing, I want your brain to keep saying, my day is done. Definitely try this for sleep, and I want you to make sure that you're setting a time for you that you are going to bed. You're setting a sleep schedule. So if you're out with your friends and you're like, okay, well now it's 10 o'clock and I'm gonna go home, blah, blah, blah. You get there and you just plop yourself in bed. Girl, you're not just gonna shut your brain off that way. So on top of the meditating, I want you to also set yourself a sleep schedule. Wash your face, brush your teeth, what I'm hoping you're doing already. And I want you to make a rule to shut those phones off. Cut them off. So when I say shut off your phone, I mean shut off all screens. So that means no TV, no iPad, no phone, nothing. If you're going to read, read with a regular paperback book. The only reason I'm saying this is because you do not want to be looking at some blaring light before you go to sleep. That's going to keep your mind going. On top of that, we have in recent years, because we are attached to our phones, decided that our phone is a habit where any silent moment, we grab it so that it fills the time. Do not fill your time in this way, especially for bed. So make yourself a rule, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I would suggest going to bed before 11 p.m., but I don't know what your schedule is. If the schedule works for you, do what you gotta do. But you need to set a time and say, this is a no phone zone, okay? This is going to help you fall asleep, and it's gonna help you stay asleep. When I first started dating my wife, she would come and she would sleep over, and in the middle of the night, she wouldn't be able to go to sleep. So what she would do is she would hop on her phone. Like, what are you doing? You're making it worse for yourself to fall asleep, because now you're mind is going and thinking about the 100 people that you just saw on Facebook, or the post that you saw on Instagram, or the worst thing you could possibly do is wake up in the middle of the night, look at your phone, and watch the news, which some people do. I had a client who said that they would wake up in the middle of the night to check the news, and it's, what's the worst thing that you could look up if you woke up? It would be picking up your phone and looking at the news. So those would be my 2 big, huge tips for how to sleep. 1 would be to meditate. 2 would be to shut those phones down, shut off all screens in general. You will need to get into this routine, creating a sleep routine, and it will help you fall asleep. You just have to stay consistent with it. You're not going to just plop your head down and go, wow, this is perfect, I fell asleep. It's going to take time. Think of sleep as anything else. It's going to be something that you need to practice in order to start falling asleep more easily. And once you start sleeping and you can fall asleep anywhere and you can get well rested, you are going to feel phenomenal, because sleep not only keeps you healthy, it keeps your mind sharp, and sleep, if you get the right amount of it, can also help you lose weight. I'm just saying, sleep seems pretty great to me. So make sure you try some of these tips, you go out there, you get some sleep, and if you tried some of the meditation and you were like, it's not really working for me, send me a comment down below and we'll talk about it. We'll chat, I'll email you, and maybe I can help you sleep a lot better. So have a wonderful day. If you liked this video, I want you to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Before you start meditating. So the first 2 things, it was the bleep bloop, forgot what it was. I should really start writing things down.